This is Smithy.tv.
Well, good evening. Welcome to the Mind Reels on Smithy.tv, which I remembered this time. And with me as always, Sue.
That's me.
That is Sue.
Yay. On the left.
And we are welcoming back one of our favorite guests from our first year, although our first year isn't quite done yet, Katie Boland.
Thank you guys for having me. This is so exciting and fancy.
I know.
It's way different than Starbucks in the rain.
It sounds like the worst Starbucks ever to meet at. There's like nowhere to even sit. That Starbucks is crazy.
Not true, because we were
that
at one
homeless
the
guy
other night.
totally left us alone.
We were.
Yeah, he was a polite bum for sure.
He was.
Yeah.
Because we
let us
were
do
at a
the thing.
Starbucks Tuesday night.
Which one?
Over on Dover Court and Queen.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, can be really busy too.
Because we were interviewing a couple people for Nuit Blanche.
Right.
And there's some guy sitting behind us, clipping his fingernails.
Ew.
Yeah. And then he left it on the table.
Oh, he sure did.
Imagine like working at Starbucks. I feel like you would see the craziest parts of human nature all the time.
I do.
And like
Before they're
everybody
caffeinated.
before caffeinated. Yeah.
Yeah. But, let's not talk about
I'd actually
Starbucks.
forgotten about that.
Yeah. So
But
you
now
blocked
I
it.
have an image forever.
Exactly.
Right there.
Right there forever.
I'm gonna go pet my cats.
But we've all been very, very busy. I mean, we've been moving into a studio. You have so much on the go because we're Facebook friends.
Because you're you.
That means we're really good friends. We're Facebook.
I love Facebook. I don't know what I would do without it. I wouldn't know what any of my friends are doing.
But
I know,
you
I'd
are-
forget people.
But you're everywhere.
It's been, I feel really lucky that I've been busy recently. Like it's been very fun, and it's been like the great kind of busy where you're just really excited about a lot of different projects, I guess. So yeah, I feel really grateful. There's been stuff to do.
But apparently the Wi-Fi in Calgary has sucked. Apparently.
Oh my God. Well, I don't want to say too much bad about the Calgary Ramada, but
There is
but
that.
the wireless can suck it. That sucks. I was like, why? It's just like I got off the plane and I was feeling so tired, and I was sharing a room with my really good friend Michael Eklund, who's a great actor. That if he's in Toronto,
Oh,
you
I
guys
saw
should.
him in something at TIFF last year.
Yes,
In the
he's
Day.
in the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's such a good actor. But like, I was so tired, and we were both just sitting in the room, like just dying to check our Facebooks, and I couldn't. I was so upset about it. But
Tape off the spots that are
yeah, exactly.
And of course, well, the big thing right now is, with TIFF having just wrapped up, there's a lot of talk right now about the Master, which you're in.
Yeah, I feel
Which
really.
is opening?
I think it has
Or it
opened.
has
It
opened.
opened
Yeah,
September
'cause I'm seeing, like,
14th.
commercials for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's opened in the major cities, and there might be like a slower release
Yes.
in,
Right.
in smaller cities. But yeah, I was really lucky to have a small part in that, and it was a really cool experience, and to be able to see it at TIFF with an audience,
Yeah.
such an excited audience, was really wonderful. So it's fun.
I did see the pictures from the red carpet, and much like one of our previous guests, Anna Silk,
Yes. Yeah, I love Anna.
did you guys not dress badly at any point? Every time we've seen you, you look amazing.
That's sweet. Not always true. No, that's not always true. I'm really lucky. There's a store on Queen Street West called Cabaret, and they lend me a lot of dresses. So, and it's like a local Toronto designer, and they're amazing. So I'm really, it's all thanks to them. They're great dresses.
Now, did you stay in the screening for the Master? Like, did you say?
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it
Okay.
at all, and I had no idea even really like what it would be like, because I knew that a lot of things were cut.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I almost always stay unless I've seen the movie like a couple times.
Sure.
Then you're like, okay, I'm bored. But like, yeah, no, I stayed, and it was really fun.
Now, do you freak out when you see yourself on the big screen? I don't know if I could watch myself.
It's a good, like, it's sort of like listening to your voice on a tape recorder.
Ooh.
Which is terrible.
Jim does not do that.
Yeah, which is weird because you have a podcast, so you
my
must
God.
he edits. Yeah,
I
you have to edit.
I don't even. I'm like, really? That's how I sound? Because in my head, I sound like this. Very. It's like Sean Connery. I sound really good.
As well.
Yeah, in your head you do have an accent. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
And then I
And
hear my voice. I'm
foreign.
like, really? We'll just wait for puberty to kick in anytime now.
No, that's the weirdest thing. Like, whatever your perspective is of yourself is so different than like how other people see you. So
Yeah.
I've gotten used to seeing myself now, especially with like putting myself like self tapes.
Oh, yeah.
which Lindsay, who's on the camera now,
Really?
does with me a lot of the time. He works at the place where you do self-tapes, and he's such a great help. But like normally,
There's a plug for you, buddy.
yeah, love Lindsay Lewis. But normally it's like, I hate looking at myself. So you have to get used to it.
I'm trying. I'm looking forward actually to watching at least one or two of these episodes just to see how we look.
And if you don't like how you look, change the lighting.
That's right. And the hairstyle.
Mine
No,
just
your
be,
hair's
like,
great.
completely black like an FBI.
That's how I like it. I like to be like as dark as possible. But like, ooh, moody, like
Could you
sultry.
backlight me? Would that be
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, feel like a witness protection program.
Yeah,
Lower my
exactly.
voice a little.
Put some sort of a bar over my face or something.
Yeah, I know it's not natural to look at yourself.
Put a bar
so
in
much,
front of me,
or to
and
hear
I'll
your voice so much. It's not. People aren't supposed to
Yeah, because
And how narcissistic would you have to be really to like
love it.
consistently love that and
Like
do
look
it all the
at
time?
yeah,
Good looking guy.
yeah. I know it'd be creepy. It'd be wrong.
I'm good enough. Smart enough.
And then what? Last time we spoke, you were getting ready for the listener, or just done the listener.
Yes, yeah.
And I will go on the record as that is the only episode I've seen.
Thank you so much for watching it.
I've
like-
seen other episodes, but that's the only one I've seen like 5 times or so.
Oh my god, thank you so much for watching it so many times.
There was one day I even Facebooked you. Or
Yeah, you were
something.
like,
I was
I'm
yeah, I
homesick or
just,
something,
I didn't
yeah.
have something else to do. and
Aw,
I needed something in the background.
that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Kari Skoglund directed it, and she's like a very notable director. She's directed a lot of films. The Stone Angel and 50 Dead Men. So I felt really lucky to work with her.
And the Stone Angel, of course, was
Christine
Christine.
Horn.
Yeah, and Christine that was like her first big, Christine Horn, that was her first big job, and she was amazing in
She
it.
was. I think we told her that.
Yes, I believe we did.
And she didn't believe us.
She's humble.
She is.
Talented,
She is, yeah.
humble.
Yes.
I took a picture of a leaf on a sidewalk yesterday and tweeted it at her. I was like, this made me think of you, and I smiled.
Love her.
It's true, though.
It is true. That's like the image that I got from like grade 10.
I know.
English class.
Like even
when we were
before I
doing
met
it.
her, before I knew that was her, I loved that commercial. So I was
Yeah.
like, every time I see a leaf, it makes me laugh. And
That's
then
so funny.
now I actually know the girl who did it. So
Which is wild.
The world is really small.
It is. The further we get into this, the smaller it seems.
yeah,
Because we
people start
now
turning
there's
up on
so
the cover
many
of Now
people.
magazine.
Yeah.
That you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, and speaking of people we know, though, because you've done a lot of work with a whole bunch of people we know, that little thing called Sex After Kids is finally in the can.
Yay! We
Yeah.
are so lucky too that you guys were like so helpful, and the fact that like you wrote about it and that you're such fans of Jeremy. It's like so you guys did so much. You're so helpful.
Tell me more.
He earned it.
It's true. He definitely like Jeremy's a really really talented guy. I'm just really excited to see it.
Any word
Us
on
too.
when that's going to happen?
Well, Jeremy told me he thinks it's good, so I'm happy to hear that. And then, so I don't know. I was like, okay, please let me just come in because I know the editor really well. The editor edited another film that I did this year,
Oh, nice.
and we'll be editing my web series. So I was like, Jeremy, please let me come sit with you and John and just see some stuff.
Not all
So
of
I'm
it.
hoping like next week or the week after, but I don't know.
Because he actually sent me a message and said, tell her that, I'm not showing it to her.
Suck it. I want to see it.
Like the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, suck it, Jeremy. I want to see it.
But yeah, it looks so, like, even just the 2 days.
Yeah,
we were on
I have
set.
literally no idea what it looks like at all.
Yeah. Well, I actually got to watch some of it through with the under the hood
How'd it
and
look?
stuff. It looked amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, like that day in the park, it just.
Yeah, that was such a fun day.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you see it, and it was a gorgeous summery day. But then you see it like on the screen how it's going to look, and you're like, wow. And they haven't.
And we were looking
color
at like
corrected it or anything
at the bar. We were looking at the angles of shots that he was using.
He's
too.
doing
We're like, this is
something
cool. It's cool
Yeah.
that he's doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I'm really,
A little
really
off-center.
excited to see. Also, just like I felt like it was so true about relationships and really funny. And I know that like every actor that they had is amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm really
Oh,
excited.
Yeah.
Such a good cast.
I think I openly admitted to Kate and Mary when I sat down with them at the table that I literally had crushes on the entire female cast. Wow.
Myself included.
Of course you included.
Flattered.
And Kristen Reed.
He's a man's man.
That is funny.
No, actually, I got a little grief for admitting to those crushes actually because my my sweetie was like, "Yep." She was out the other night. I'm going to tell this story, and if she gets rid of me later, that's fine. But she and her friend were out at a pub having a little dinner, and apparently a 65-year-old gentleman who had his hair all...
That's a sexy age. He's probably a silver fox.
Sure. No, well, apparently he colors it. He's got like Grecian formula.
Right.
already.
My dad did that for a while. That was funny.
And apparently he was hitting on them, and I'm like, yeah. So I got a text from her said, yeah, I'm getting hit on by octogenarians, and you're out there flirting with nimble young actresses and groupies. I'm like, yeah. So sorry.
It's a perk of your job.
Maybe you're just more approachable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. I'm so.
I mean, I have
damn-
crushes on those women, so.
Yeah, I mean, and none of them are like model, and let's put that in quotes because it's not true. Model perfect, because that doesn't apply. They're all very next door kind of girls.
Yep. And nice.
Yeah.
Which actually
Every one
just
of them.
like you can tell.
Yeah. Katie's
Because a lot of really attractive women become ugly as soon as they open their mouths. So
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I look at that
People, I
cast
should
and
say
I just
people,
think, because
it's not
people
just
in
women.
general, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I look at that cast and I just think that they're all so beautiful. And like, yeah, that's so weird because like, I feel like so often, especially with women, people will be like, oh, like they're like so pretty, but like not model-esque. I'm like, what does that fucking mean? Like, these women are like,
it means
babes.
they eat. Yeah.
Babes,
Exactly.
like babes, like could be models, like just not like,
Yes,
you
I just
know.
don't like the American
Yeah.
definition of a model where you have to be
Yeah.
a size 0 or whatever. No.
Yeah.
No. Because no.
Should there even be a size
There
zero?
should not,
Should
it's
that
not even a
exist?
real number.
The weird thing that I think is like, yeah, I agree with you that like I don't know, it's weird how we like, I think that no body type should be the beauty ideal to anyone. I think it should be like everything within the range of health, because some people are size 0 and it's like healthy for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's their like,
Yeah.
they have a tiny frame and that's just their
And that works for
size,
them.
you know? and
They're
that works for
trying.
them. Yeah. So I think that we should like just change how we think. I don't know. It's weird. Like what's considered attractive, what isn't, and I don't know. We don't need to put so many parameters on it. I
Agreed.
guess.
Yes. Which is why I watch British television right there.
Exactly. And then when people watch British television, they also feel better
real
about
people.
themselves.
They're real
know?
people.
They're like, they look like me. They look like a normal person. Yeah.
I loved. Oh, I can't remember the actress's name, but she was
Judi Dench.
no.
Helen Mirren.
I love her.
Oh, Helen Mirren.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
But,
Dame Maggie Smith.
But there's an actress who was on series 2 and 3 and 4 of Doctor Who played Billie Piper's mom.
Right.
Now, she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't have succeeded in American television because she doesn't fit that image.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I totally would have missed out on you if I wasn't watching British
I
television.
know. I love Billie Piper though.
Yes.
So
she just
much.
turned 30. That makes me feel so old.
She didn't. She has a daughter, like a 6-year-old.
Wow.
Did you watch the Her Call Girl show?
I have watched the first 2 seasons, yes.
So good.
Agreed.
So good.
So good.
Love it.
I'm like, just watch it for Billy, to be honest with you. And then there's a
She's
story.
really good in it though.
Yeah.
Like she's such a good actress, I think.
Although I haven't read the original material that it's based on.
I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But she's really
She's
good.
What's it based on?
It's
Like a
I can't even remember the.
It's a woman. It was a woman who like anonymously wrote like a memoir about being a call girl, but she
Okay.
also like had a day job. But she like the take on it was like she actually liked being a call girl. And now she's just sort of, she came out I think like a year or 2 years ago, and she was like she's a scientist and she's really smart and really like has, you know, not what you would
Not what you
typically
would think a
consider
call-
like, well, why
Yeah.
would she be a call girl? She has a lot of other options, but she was like into it. So
Cool.
Awesome.
use
And it's Billie
Protection,
Piper.
more power.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Just hot. Sorry, distracted. Anyway.
Web series.
Web series, yes. You were
Let's
out
talk about
location
it.
scouting today.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's called Long Story Short, and we go to camera in 2 weeks, which is like a little bit terrifying because I still have a lot of stuff I need to figure out. But it's based on a collection of personal essays that I wrote, and it's about a summer. I call it like the summer I lost my mind, but it was really the summer that I came of age and like was kind of drunken and dated a lot of guys I shouldn't have. But I was fascinated by that period in my life for like a couple reasons. Like, one, I didn't recognize who I was. And 2, I don't know where she's gone now. Like, it's like for a brief period, I was like, I'm done with like being busy all the time. I'm done with like, you know, everybody's expectations of me. I'm just going to like do whatever I want or really experience life like in a different way.
Sure.
So there's like a lot of like, I don't know. I guess in retrospect, it's kind of was a funny period of my life. So I was like, I think I could like make a web series out of this. I think that like other people could relate to it.
Sure.
Especially being able to look back on it a little bit.
Yeah, like you have some sort of perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's centered around like a hangover breakfast the morning after a night out. And so there's 10 episodes centered around this hangover breakfast, or when these 3 girls who are all 21 meet up, and they're all sort of in the same place that summer. Like they're not happy at school, or they're not in school, but they're sort of adults, but they're living in their childhood bedrooms, and they're best friends, all aimless together.
Cool.
That is a pretty aimless time.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to university because I was expected to.
I think
Yeah.
that's why a lot of
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else are you going to do after high school? Other than
Yeah.
a job, which I also
Yeah.
didn't want to do. So.
Yeah. Or you don't really know what
Yeah.
you might want to do if you were to get a job in university.
true.
It seems
Yeah, because you
kind
have
of
no
safe.
skills per se getting
Yeah.
out of high school. So it's like, well, I can continue to work at pruning Christmas trees, or I could go
I
somewhere
could.
else. and-
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
I can see you now
clean in a
is-
daycare. Oh man, it was a great summer.
See, but now all I can see is you and as Corey Feldman in Gremlins with the Christmas trees.
Oh yeah,
That's
I have to go
something.
back
Thought
and
about that
talk
for,
with
thought about
Corey
that for a
on that.
while. Yeah.
Delivering
Interesting.
trees. Yeah,
I
that's-
haven't watched that near not enough to like bond with that character now. I'm gonna do that.
Do
when I
it
get
and
home.
see.
see if it's really you.
Yeah.
We killed a lot of poor little saplings.
It's funny.
I don't know how the
I know
Christmas
it's
trees
weird
looked
just
in
the
a few
things that
years.
you find yourself doing before you're set on a path one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I found interesting sort of about that period of my life, because it was maybe the one time when I didn't feel like I was on a set path. Like I didn't feel like I had a real sense of who I was anymore, or maybe I just wasn't who I thought I was going to be. So it was interesting to me because then there's so many possibilities.
Yeah, that's true.
I just
interesting.
And how much of that were you aware of at the time?
Yeah.
I think I was kind of aware at the time that I was behaving differently than I ever had before. I was definitely aware of that. I didn't realize, though, that in such an aimless period, so much came from that. Like,
Yeah.
I would never have started writing if it wasn't for that time. I wouldn't have, like, as much as the experiences were kind of, I was like, oh, maybe I didn't need to do that. I also learned so much. So I now feel like it was like the most beneficial period of my life, and active in a weird way, even though I was very like, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you survived it, so therefore.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I feel like,
Move on.
you sort of push the limits and you're like, that's not for me, that is for me. So I think it was ultimately like a lot good came from a period that might have been kind of bad or curious
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
You start trying on a bunch of different skin and
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
what feels comfortable, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done that. Well, look at you.
Look at you.
I know, right?
You're in the same skin.
Yeah.
It finally fits, though.
Yeah, and it's weird too, like the times when you
Yeah,
when
that's the
you do
thing, too, you have
become
to grow
who you're
into
supposed
it.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
Well, everybody has their time. I do believe that. Like every dog
Yeah.
has its day, or every like you.
It's true.
When you become the person you're meant to be, like at different times, or you come into yourself at a specific time, and maybe it's earlier, maybe it's later,
Yeah.
but it's all what does it matter really?
Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to do this as well as we're doing it if I had done it like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that
There was
exact
no
same
way I would have
thing.
been able to. Yeah.
And that's just the thing about life, right? Like I am doing things now that maybe I really would have wanted to do then, but I think I had to go through everything
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
to this place,
And I wrote a lot as a kid, and then I stopped for a good 20
Me too.
years probably. But then all of a sudden, like, I've written books now and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, where did that come from? Where did it go? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's such an interesting question. Like,
Yeah.
why at that? Was that like predetermined? Like, were you meant to write it at that time,
Yeah.
or
Did I just, maybe I wasn't ready to write right when I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
fooling around with it and just trying to force it to work.
Yeah.
And then I let it go for a long time, and then it was suddenly like this one thing had to come out of me. So-
yeah. I
would
feel
go
that
ahead
way.
and
I
write it.
totally feel that way about stuff. That's
Yeah.
so interesting.
It's very cool. Now, your cast. Have you got your cast?
You turned
Yes.
your head so fast
I know,
right
right?
there.
It's like,
Kate Hewlett is my story editor.
stop it.
Yeah.
Who just got engaged?
I know. How excited were you guys to see that? I was excited and shocked, but excited. I was like,
Yeah, so
whoa.
good. Yeah.
So happy for you. I don't know Shane at all. I can't
No,
wait to
me
meet
either.
him. But the ring was gorgeous.
It was.
Well,
Gorgeous.
she thought it was a pony, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a pony. It was a gorgeous.
Is it a
Yeah,
pony?
she looks very happy.
I know. She
Which
seems
is
that
great.
she
She-
really
yeah.
she speaks so highly of him.
Yeah.
I've only talked to her about him a couple times, but they seem really happy, and it's so exciting.
Which is good. I want her to be
He put a
happy
ring
because
on
she's
it.
Kate.
Yeah, exactly. He put a ring on it. Yeah, so Kate Hewlett is story editing.
Nice.
Lauren Collins is playing one of my friends. She's
why do
like
I know her name?
she's well known for a lot of things, but Degrassi is one of the main
Probably
things.
why.
My friend Tommy Amber Peary is playing the other friend. She's an amazing actress. She's in like the
Cool.
Trotsky and a million great
Oh, no
movies.
way.
Cool.
Michael Cedar is playing.
Another
He's
name I know.
he's in Bomb Girls this season.
That's why.
Which I
and-
cannot wait for.
I know it's gonna be a good season. I'm
And
sure.
said visit, just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I'm sure you could.
Oh yeah, they're,
Yeah.
they're working on it for us. They
So
just haven't announced the
exciting.
date yet.
Yeah. No, it's a great show. And Adam Butcher, who was in Bomb Girls, he plays like the soldier that she kisses, and then she says you'll marry him.
Yes, yes.
He's in a million things. He's great. So I couldn't be more excited for the cast. And like Anna, we're hoping is going to do an episode. Anna Silk. Dan Levy is, I'm hoping, going to do an episode. So yeah, no, it's a really exciting cast.
Because I remember talking about it briefly with you last time you were on the show.
Yeah, that was before
Yeah.
I knew that we had
Yeah.
funding, I
That's
think.
amazing.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I know. I hope you guys like it.
Of course we'll like it.
Well, you can tell me if you don't, but I
Well,
hope that
would,
you will.
but It'll be good.
Yeah, I think that's the exciting thing is I do think that I have high hopes that it will be good. I'm really excited about our cinematographer and all the people that we have involved. So
And you're kind of just overseeing all of it. You're like, you are holding the reins.
yeah, my mom too. My mom is directing them all.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been so, as I was saying to you guys earlier, it's been so cool to be involved sort of from beginning to end. I've never had that experience before, really. My mom and I did a film this year where I was a producer, but I wasn't involved in the same way that I am on this. So it's really exciting.
Now, what's it like working with your mom?
The best. My
Yeah.
mom and I are really close, and we work together like a lot, I guess, in like various capacities. Like I'll talk to her about auditions, or we'll just talk about work. So it feels it's so much a part of our relationship. It doesn't feel weird. Like it's not like sometimes she's the boss, sometimes she's my mom. It's like it's always the same. Like we're always
Yeah.
the same people. And plus she's like really talented, and like she's just the most like, I'm sure you guys have seen from my Facebook, but she's like extremely supportive.
She really is.
And so loving. So it's like really, she's like really sweet, and really, I'm really lucky.
I keep meaning to just
Yay,
send her a
Mom.
friend request.
Just
I'm like,
friend
she
her.
doesn't know me.
No, friend her. She loves Facebook as much as I do, so friend her. Yeah.
I do that when I go home.
Coming for you.
Yeah.
Did you have
A
any
couple
guys?
times she's been like, "Who's Sue Maynard?" Like, yeah. She's a lady from the Mind Girls. She's like, "Oh yes, yes,
Her, her.
yeah."
And what else? You've also got Ferocious.
Yes,
which
I
watched
just-
the trailer
Yes,
this
that was the other.
afternoon.
Yeah.
It's got Amanda Crew.
Amanda Crew, Dustin Milligan, Kim Coates,
Who doesn't love
amazing.
Kim Coates.
Who doesn't love Kim Coates? He's so good.
What
It's
did I-
crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What did I do? Oh, that's what it was. I just recently watched the first 4 Resident Evil movies. Guilty pleasure admitted.
They're good though for what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't pretend to be anything they're not.
Yeah.
And he's in number 4.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's just awesome. I'm like, dude, you're such a dick in this movie. But you're cool.
I know. He's like, do you guys watch
That's
Sons of
awesome.
Anarchy at all?
I want to because I really like Ron Perlman.
Yes.
Ron Perlman is
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's like, Kim's like the second lead on that.
okay. See, that
Okay,
might be
cool.
enough to get me to watch it then.
Yeah, apparently it's amazing. I haven't watched it either. I'm going to start. I just don't have like a TV where I'm living, so it's like hard to, and I don't know how to find internet on, I mean, I don't know how to find TV on the internet. Like I don't get it. But
And my computer's just a little stuttery when it tries to stream online.
I
It's
know.
like, oh, you're killing me. I can't do it.
I know. But yeah, no, I just saw Ferocious at the Calgary Film Festival, and I was really happy with
Oh,
it.
good.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
first time you'd seen it too?
No, I saw it in the Montreal Film Festival, which I'm
Right.
so happy that I went to Montreal because it's an amazing city and it was so fun. But the first time in Calgary, like we saw it with a really big audience and everybody was there.
Oh, nice.
So it was like, it was cool. It was a fun experience.
Very cool. It looks good.
Yes,
I mean,
it does.
all I saw was the trailer. Like,
Robert Cuffley, who wrote and directed it, did a really great job. Like it's very well directed. It's very like, I want to say economic. Like there's no wasted time. The whole movie just kind of feels
cool.
like a kick in the head. Like It's like, whoa, the whole time.
You'd put the trailer up on Facebook, and Tim and I are like, "Oh my God, Cher!
Oh yeah, thanks you guys.
That looks amazing, Cher."
Yeah, no, like it was a movie like that's a lot of the way that movies are made now is like not for a lot of money and very quickly, but he did an amazing job, and I feel like the cast is really great. Like Kim is a phenomenal actor. Like he's like the best or one of the best that I've worked with for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
he's
is
amazing.
outrageous.
That is.
Yeah, he's as good as like all those, like all the, the Academy Award winners. I think he's as good as
Nice.
for sure.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Heretofore undiscovered.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
met him, so I'm going to trust your opinion.
Trust me. Yeah.
Katie knows.
What do I know? Nothing. Not that much.
Knows.
No. I know very little actually. I just
Oh,
fake it well.
Is that like Bonos? We'll just go right back to the
Yeah, we've got shirts for that.
90s.
But yeah, you are just so incredibly busy now, all the time. So do you have free time, and what do you do with it?
I do. I feel like I appear busier than I am. It's all just up front. I just look busy on Facebook. No, I do have free time. Not like quite as much as I would. Like I would like to see like my grandparents and my nephew and stuff more. But what do? I see my friends a fair amount. Like after this, I'm going to one of my best friend's birthdays.
Nice.
Cool.
And like I consider like traveling part of my free time too.
Yeah.
Like Calgary was work, but it's also like it took me away from some stuff, so I
Yeah.
consider that more like a vacation type thing. But I don't know. I like to shop, which is kind of stupid and bad. Really stupid. I just like spending time with like my loved ones.
See, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I
in
like
your
to
free
see
time?
my cats a little more often than I do.
Yeah, you guys are
It's just
really
'cause the work
busy. You
is
have
so
this
long.
and like
Yeah.
full-time jobs, and like how do you do it?
I don't know. I cheated a little at work today. I actually started working on my birthday post. Not for the Mind Reels birthday, because that's already written and ready to go, but I said...
Nobody
yeah,
from
we need to-
VizTech needs to mention this.
Or watch this. But, but I started today, I'm like, yeah, I need to really start doing a post for my birthday, like my actual birthday. And I'm like, well, there's that, and the new James Bond is coming up. So
Wow.
decided to do me and a personal history of James Bond. Like how it's been in my life. And we're already at like 1,500 words, and I've barely scratched the surface of everything I want to talk about. Then I want to go home, and like tonight I'm working my way through the first season of Once Upon a Time.
Right, which I hear is really good.
Told them to do it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Three episodes left in the season.
My
Like,
mom and
just
I
wanna finish
watched
it.
like the first 4 or something, and then like I don't know, I wasn't at home very much, so we stopped
you're
watching
busy.
it. But
Yeah.
like I thought it was really
It's
a cool
really
show,
well done.
really interesting.
Yeah.
It was totally different from how I thought it was gonna be when
Mm-hmm.
I started. When I was like reading about it or whatever, and I was like, with that and Grimm both being the fairy tale angle, I was like, I'll
It's
probably
different
really
than-
love
they're
Grimm
really
because it's
different
dark.
than-
And
Yeah.
then Once Upon a Time, I was so charmed.
Yeah, and Jennifer Goodwin is a really good
Oh,
actress.
so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, and beautiful, but like a really good actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the entire cast. Like
Yeah.
all the cast is top notch. You
I know.
Guys,
Even the
Jamie
kid, and I'm not
Efferson.
usually like a big fan of little kids amongst adults on
Sure.
shows,
Yeah.
but
But
he
he
does
definitely
really,
holds
really
his own.
well. Yeah.
You're like, usually I hate children.
Yeah, normally I just
Children, yeah.
people.
Hate people. Yeah, so yeah, I've got that on the go. I'm reading Cloud Atlas because I want to read it before I see the movie. Actually, at this point, I kind of use my evenings to kind of just watch whatever I want or do whatever, and then on the weekends, because I have weekends off, I do all my movie watching for the blog,
Right.
And we go to the zoo.
and we go to the zoo.
you guys
from
love
time to
the zoo.
time.
I remember.
We
Yeah.
just renewed the membership. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Awesome.
we actually figured it out. So, and this is how well worth your money it is. We had 20 visits over the course of a year. And we rounded
We
up
guessed
and say,
about that.
yeah, and we rounded up to say we spent about $70.
Whoa.
So each, which works out to be like
That's
$3
like
a visit.
for the year.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's totally worth it.
That's awesome. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go to the zoo soon.
Yeah, it's,
We could go all together.
We can get you in for free right now.
Wow.
As
I
a
I haven't been to the
friend
zoo.
of a
Like I have
member.
no memories of ever going to the zoo.
It's changed.
So
a
I
lot.
must have been a
It
kid.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, yeah, it's
I have
so
very
much fun.
vague memories.
So
of
yeah, I've got
before.
that. You know, I've got a pile of comic books that needs reading. I've got.
It's just so much
I've got
stuff.
so many
There's-
books to
yeah.
read, but it's hard.
I have so many books that I
I get tired
buy.
by nighttime.
That's
Haven't
my-
read.
See, I can walk into almost any store and not buy anything,
Right.
except for a bookstore.
It's hard because there's so many amazing books.
Yeah.
It is.
And
Tip
also just
alone
for,
made me
like-
want to like go out and buy 4 or 5 books just
Yeah.
for the movies I saw.
And just out of like trying to be an educated person, like to keep reading and keep on top of it.
Oh, sure.
Like
Yeah.
I read Reddit.
I love Reddit. Reddit gets me through my workday.
Reddit gets me like just like a vortex, then
Yeah.
I come out 5 hours later.
Although it depends on where I am too, because like half the time, yes, I'll be on the funny page, but then I'm like, I really like that politics page right now.
I never look at the funny page because like I feel like I don't know, something. I don't find them that funny.
You know what it is? It's the gifs with the cats that tend to do
Yeah, I'm not a cat person, so
Which he'll send me once in a while.
Yeah, not a cat person. I know. This is the wrong crowd to say that to.
I'm a dog person, really,
Yeah.
but I can't have a dog right now. So.
But yeah, my brother and I were just talking about that. Mike was like, you know, a cat is a way chiller pet.
Oh,
like
totally.
it's the best pet ever. Like even if you
Way more independent.
Yeah,
And they
if you,
try
like,
so
forget
hard to be
feed
graceful,
it,
so then when they
it will
fall
find
and stuff-
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Thomas Sullivan will let me know if I haven't fed him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he will let me know.
Flynn's got me on a clock.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I get it. I would love a
me
dog
trained.
at some point too. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
just
in an
makes no
apartment and
sense.
there's nobody to look after
yeah.
the dog. whereas
I just
a
need
cat,
like
you
a
just-
husband or something to look
Yeah.
after my dog. For
For
that reason alone, yeah.
Just to look
Look
after.
after the dog, honey. Yeah,
You walk this dog now, and yeah.
that's funny.
But yeah, you were talking about books. So favorite book, all-time favorite book.
The
one you would
It's a
recommend to
Canadian
everybody.
book called A Complicated Kindness by Miriam Taves. I want to say, I can never pronounce it right. It's Toews.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think she was nominated for the Governor General Award or may have won it for that book. It's just it's a phenomenal book and it's stayed with me for so long. Like I still think about the main character Nomi like every day.
Wow.
Or something that she said, and I read it like 6 years ago. She writes a lot about the Mennonite community in which she grew up.
Oh, cool.
And it's about a girl who is sort of breaking away, but it's about like growing up really more than
That's
anything.
cool.
It's really, really good. And she's really like funny and smart, and you feel so much when you're reading her stuff, and it's sort of off kilter and different. So anything by her. I also just read her book called Irma Voth, which I really liked as well. It's about a Mennonite community in Mexico, but it's very cool.
Huh.
Yeah, read them both.
I know it's like my sister's book because she's I don't know if she was up for the CBC award or not, but she got like the full deal with HarperCollins, blah 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 blah, blah, and it's called Above All Things.
Oh wow! Yeah, you were telling me about that last time.
I've got a copy at home. The cover is gorgeous.
Wow.
Every time I go into Indigo, it's in
Yeah,
like the
it's, like,
stack
right
pick
there.
section with customer favorites
Oh my
and stuff.
God.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, we were
That's
at
so
we were in
exciting.
chapters, and I started rearranging the book so it was face out, and this
As
lady
you
next to me is
should.
going, "What are you doing? Do you know her?" I'm like, "That's my sister." So,
I get it. That's amazing. That's really
Yeah,
cool,
it's very
actually.
cool.
I can't wait to read that one.
yeah,
That's
it's
one I will
real-
buy.
It's right there at the top of my books to get to, but I just keep loading stuff onto my Kindle. So
You haven't even read your sister's book yet?
don't make me feel guilty.
Read your sister's book.
He wants to be able to put the proper
Yes, I want to be
focus
in the mood
into
for, yeah,
Right.
Because it's like a historical kind of romance at the same time.
Ooh, I love romance.
It's about
So much.
I can't even remember the name of the guy now, but it's about his ascent on Everest,
Right.
and it's all told at the same time, one day in the life of his wife, who's waiting for news of the ascent.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
It sounds really, really good, and I know I'm gonna like it. I just have to get into the mood to read it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, "Yeah, then my sister wrote this."
Right.
But I really, really want to read it and appreciate it for what it is. It's
Yeah.
a good book. Because
Yeah,
the
get out of the
reviews-
mindset of your sister wrote it and
Because the
then-
reviews for this thing have been phenomenal.
Oh my god, that's so
So,
exciting
yeah.
for her.
So
That's
she's very
amazing.
happy.
Good for her.
Also a former guest on the Mind Reels.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's your future guest.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Why not? Why not?
You're my sister. I have to have you back.
What are you working on now?
Exciting.
Yeah, just share. Yeah. But yeah, you've just such a busy girl.
I mean, I feel like it's been cool to now be making my own stuff as well as
Which I'm
working,
really
which is
looking
really
forward
cool.
to now.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think it's important to do, to take some sort of like, to feel like you have some sort of control over
Mm-hmm.
like your life or destiny or however you want to put it. But yeah, it's exciting
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I won't lie. Anytime I come across you, like anywhere, like on IMDb or just even popping up on my Facebook feed, I'm like, oh, it's Katie. Like, but when I hear you talking about doing your own thing, I'm like, that's what I want to see. As
Aw.
much as I like seeing you on screen, I want to see you do your own thing and kind of
thanks.
put your own spin on it.
Thank you.
And that's what I want to see.
And your own creative
Yeah.
outlet.
Because we've chatted a couple times, and you you're a very creative person. I mean, you've got a lot to share and a lot to talk about. I'm like, I want to see more of that.
I really just hope it's good. Like,
It'll be
that's my
amazing.
main concern. We'll see. Like, it's weird. Making something good is really hard. Like, sometimes you'll have all the elements and then it just...
it just won't work.
Or other times, like, you have none of them and then
And
somehow... Or you're like, you work in a
lightning
movie, you're
bolt.
like, this will be shit. And then it comes out and you're like, well, that was actually good. And, like, vice versa happens. So, but yeah, I'm hopeful that, like, we have that magic.
I think
kind
it'll
of.
happen.
I hope so.
I
Thank
think
you.
so. I mean-
Thank you for those kind words,
Yeah.
though. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
And then I do have one more thing.
Shoot.
It's not a sign. It looked like I was going to bring something
I
up.
know. It's like.
I was.
Is there a puppet?
Is there a puppet?
Nina.
My friend, who is a founding member of the Red Zarenas in Winnipeg,
Cool.
as a producer and a photographer. I'm setting all this up so she sounds like she's well vetted, is what I'm saying. Rebecca Sandalak, huge photographer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know her name. Yeah.
And she emailed me today and said, I know you're chatting with Katie. Can you please ask her when she will pose for me so I can shoot her?
Anytime.
There
Is she
you
in
are.
Toronto?
There you are. She's
She
in
is
Toronto for
now.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so in the next 2 weeks. I would love that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's like, I want to shoot her because she has a pretty face. Her words, not mine.
Very sweet.
So yeah, 'cause
Very
she-
sweet. Yeah, anytime. I would love that.
All right, I'll
Tell
Rebecca,
her.
I will email her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
I'm sure she's amazing.
an amazing. Her website alone. I went there and we talked about it when we interviewed her. It's just a gorgeous website.
Wow.
She did this whole. There was the whole Snow
She
White
Instagrammed
thing.
a picture of
Yeah.
Tim and
yeah,
I. That
I
looked
feel like
awesome.
I know
We're
her
like,
name.
Yeah, she's a.
How did this
And
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love that. I love photography. Is like my favorite, like visual art. My mom was a
she has a
photographer,
dog.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has a dog. Amazing. So I would love that.
but yeah, I will. I'll let her know because yeah, she would really. She's like, I know you're seeing her. Please tell her I want to shoot her. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, of course.
Not shoot her, but
I'm flattered. Yeah, I would love that. I would be
Photographer
lucky. That would be amazing.
Because she's amazing. Because she's in town. I think she's in town for Nuit Blanche specifically.
What are you guys doing for Nuit Blanche? I need to like make a game plan because every year I go and then
I'm
see
doing-
nothing that I
I'm
want.
doing the one thing because we interviewed the Lisa Anita Wagner and her
Carl.
DP Carl Elster on Tuesday night, and they've got an installation at the Review Cinema in Roncesvalles
Okay, I might go to that. I like them.
where
so I might go to
they're
that.
doing. They have this film series called Windows One,
Uh-huh.
and it's just shot through windows. And just at that magic hour, which and
It's a special hour.
Yeah, and they've got soundscapes to work with it, and then
That's
she's doing
cool.
pixel
Yeah.
art as well after that.
That's really cool. Have you guys heard anything else that's good?
That's the only one I know. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not young enough to
I've
be
never been.
out that late anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, Toronto's such an amazing city, and the fact that it has this is amazing, and like, I really want to take advantage of it. But by like 1 every night,
I know, right?
going to bed by.
But yeah,
Hopefully, I think it'll be kind of warm though this year, which would be nice.
yeah, maybe. But even that's
might
not
be.
enough to get me. I'll be like,
No,
I have to work all day. And
I'm an
then-
old woman.
oh please,
In my soul.
please.
In my soul, I'm so old.
Let's establish she was born in 1988.
I just want to drink tea and go to bed at like 9:30
Again-
every night.
Yes, that's what I've been
It's
doing all
amazing.
week.
Oh, so good.
I miss those nights where I can just stay up and watch movies, but
No.
can't do it anymore. But yeah, all right. I think
I can do it if I don't have to get up in the morning. That's the thing that's killing me.
I'm gonna try and do it tonight.
Like during TIFF, when I wasn't getting up at 6 in the morning, I was okay
Yeah.
going to Midnight Madness and stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
having more
yeah,
energy and
that's
stuff.
Can you believe that I didn't? Isn't that
I
terrible?
can't believe because all I saw was one film.
It's hard because like I basically do normally for TIFF I'll do like the first 4 days and just go to parties, and then after the Sunday I'm
You did go to the
over
summer
it.
parties. I did see the pictures.
Yes, and so I feel like I'll go to those and like see people and feel like that's kind of productive, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot to see any movies, but then I'm so sick of it. At that point, I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna watch Netflix and like,
Good for you.
yeah,
I love
I
Netflix.
guess love my Netflix.
Me too.
Yeah, if you ever
Just the
installed it.
Midnight Madness. Well, if my computer would play it. The Midnight Madness crowd is my favorite thing about TIFF.
Yeah, it's really fun.
But I decided after this year that I can really only make my body go to like 1 or 2 Midnight Madness films.
TIFF is just an amazing festival, like
It is.
especially how it's grown and,
Yeah.
and what Piers and Cameron and everybody has done is totally amazing.
And we
Yeah.
will get press passes. Oh, we will.
Yeah, you will. Watch The Throne. You're coming.
It's true. We'll be fantastic when we get it. It'll
Yeah.
be brilliant.
Tim's got an accent.
I've got an
again.
accent and everything. I can do it.
Even
To
accident
Dave.
in your head.
And in my head. Sean Connery accent from Red October.
That's cool.
Now it's from a specific movie.
yeah. But Katie, I know you've got things on the go for this evening, so thank you. Thank you for
you.
coming in.
Thanks so much for having
being
me.
like our guest again.
So nice to be your guest.
This
So
time in our
nice.
studio.
I know.
I know. Look at this. So fancy, right?
We've
Very
come a
cool.
long way in such a short time. But yeah,
It's true.
And we love that you're in town, like again for a while, because I assume.
Yeah, I'm in town through like January, so.
Oh, okay. Because we figured, be popping back to LA for the warm weather.
Yes, I will be. Not till like after Christmas, I don't
Yeah.
think. So.
But yeah, good for you.
Yeah, thanks you
But
guys. Thanks
keep
for
us in
having
the
me.
loop on.
Yeah, for sure I will. I'll send you. I'll send you everything.
Yeah. Send us like clips or whatever, and we'll put
Yeah.
them on the site.
Oh my God! Yay!
Any excuse to talk about Katie and Anna is a good excuse. So. That's true.
Yay.
And
That's
of
true.
course, we'd probably love to meet the rest of your cast if we get a
Yeah,
chance. Yeah.
absolutely,
'Cause we could-
absolutely.
yeah, that would be
They're
awesome.
really cool, and excuse me, they're all doing like really cool
What
stuff.
happened just now?
I don't know. I
It's
think
like you're
I'm-
a Muppet.
Yeah, I have like a smoker's voice sometimes, but I don't smoke, and I'm always like, "What happened? What's wrong?"
Ew. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. That's probably
Thank you.
your biggest project. Well, for me, your biggest project that I'm looking
Well, I can't wait to see what you guys think. So thank you.
for.
I'm
Awesome.
excited.
It's
Yay.
Katie Boland. Okay.
And we're having Ms. Hewlett in later.
Oh yeah, I'll
next
talk to
November as well.
Kate about it. See what she has to say. She'd probably be more. She's more removed from it, so
And
she'd
she'll
have.
call everybody
well,
an idiot anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She'll have some choice phrases, no doubt.
for sure.
That's awesome.
Thank you guys.
Oh, thank you,
Thanks so
Katie.
much.
So yeah, Sue, thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
No, thank you. And that would
No,
be
thank you.
Thank yours. That would be Tim and Sue from the Mind Reels on Smithy TV.
Smithy TV.
Smithy.tv.
In today's world, people are busy and impatient. We are on information overload. Every minute counts. People want to know what you can do for them. They won't spend time reading or searching, but they will watch a video. If it clearly explains who you are and what you do and tells them what they want to hear, they will reach out to you. You have seconds to get people's attention. You want a video that is engaging and makes the viewer feel as though it is speaking directly to their needs. Add to your sales team a short video and let it do the heavy selling for you. Or add to your social media or wherever your audience is spending their time. Videos can pay back your investment 10 times over. So now that you've heard our message, let's talk about yours. Let's bring your image to life.